What's going on, everybody? So today I'm obviously here alone, and that's just because I was supposed to review this film a few days back, but some certain shit went down. My schedule's been jam-packed. I couldn't really find time to do it, and right now I'm actually doing it in the car because this is the fastest way for me to actually get this video out to you guys, because if I put it in a more like professional setup, it's just gonna take a lot more time to get it produced and out there. So, yeah. Anyway, the film that I'm going to be talking about today is Jojo Rabbit, which is written and directed by Taika Waititi. And, when it comes to Waititi as a filmmaker, I'm sad to say I really haven't seen much of him besides this film. Even Ragnarok, Thor. Oh, shit, there went the light. Even that film, I had it on at work while I was working, and it seemed like pretty funny film, but I didn't have, it was just too busy. I couldn't really pay attention to it, but it seemed like a genuinely funny film, and I hate superhero movies, so that's saying something. But I saw some clips from his TV show, What We Do in the Shadows, and that seemed really promising. Like, that was really clever and funny. But that aside, with Jojo Rabbit, this film has obviously been getting a lot of controversy and a lot of pushback, and I'm pretty sure the reason why this film isn't like widely released to everybody and not being marketed as much is just because of the content and its route to go with doing a Nazi satire or comedy kind of thing. And I was skeptical going into this film, but it had absolutely nothing to do with the content. It was just because when I saw the trailer, it just some of the jokes and some of the way that the lines were being cut up in the trailer, it just didn't, some of it felt like it was falling flat. But after seeing it, here's the thing, guys. This film was absolutely fucking incredible. This film really blew me away in a lot of different ways. It's charming, it's heartwarming, it's satirically hilarious, it's clever, it's witty, it's tragic, it's deeply emotional. This film hit me in the emotions really hard. I pretty much fought back every ounce that I had to try and fight back those tears. There's one scene in this film that really got me, and it was just the way that it was directed and the way that it uses its own imagery as a form of foreshadowing to the event. And yeah, this film was really, really effective, guys. And again, I went into this film thinking that, okay, this might be like a good film, but I came out of it like really being blown away by it. Taika Waititi's direction and writing in this is incredible. A lot of the comedy is not only is it smart, but it just comes off really natural for the most part. Not saying every single joke in here like landed perfectly and was just flawless, but for the majority of it, it just really felt natural and it really hit home. And by the way, the cast, you have Sam Rockwell, Scarlett Johansson, Taika Waititi as Adolf Hitler, and Roman Davis Griffin, I believe, is the young boy that leads this film. And he was absolutely incredible in this. Like, he had a really difficult role in this film because I believe he has the most screen time. I mean, he's the main character that we follow. And just wow, like, he gave an incredible performance in this film. I pretty much bought every single moment of this film when it came to his character. And it's hard because, again, like, the reason why his role is tough because he has to really convey certain emotions in this film that isn't easy. And he was awesome. He was really, really great in this film. And with Scarlett Johansson, obviously she's fantastic in this film. You really believe her as the mom character. Sam Rockwell, also really awesome in this film, as he is in pretty much every film. And Taika Waititi as Hitler, he's basically the imaginary friend of the main character. And I'm gonna be honest, at first, like in the first act of this film, there were moments where I was thinking to myself, like, is this aspect of the film really necessary? Because it is like, there were times where I was thinking about it and I'm like, does he really need to be here? Like, I was just thinking this film could be really effective on its own without his presence. But as the film progressed, it becomes a lot more salient and a lot more central to what the film's going for in certain areas. And it bothered me less, and I really understood why he went this route. And so the acting and the cast across the board is stellar. No problems with the acting at all. And like, again, guys, like, the big controversy around this, like, as I was watching it, it just, like, it kind of baffled me that there is even controversy at all. Because, like, nowhere at all does this film even give off the impression that it takes Nazism lightly, or it's even coming close to condoning Nazism. I mean, the only time where anybody should be upset about a Nazi movie is if it's condoning Nazism. And, you know, obviously there might be other factors too, but for the most part, like, that's really why people should be upset, should be upset at a Nazi movie. And obviously that's not the case at all. This is a very nuanced film as well. And, this is just, God, like, and just, I don't want to say that this film, like, tries to humanize Nazis or anything, but it does show you that Nazis are human beings. Because, you know, most people, you know, we look at them and are like, oh, they're just a bunch of demonic robots. But, you know, it does show you that these are human beings, and I did like that angle. And, this is, oh, by the way, Thomasin McKenzie is also in this film. You guys might know her from Leave No Trace, and she was also incredible in this. She's a brilliant actress so far, at least from the stuff that I've seen her in, and I can't wait to see her in more stuff, because she was also great in this film. And the dynamic between her and the main character, like I said, played by Roman Davis Griffin, I believe is his name, just their chemistry and their dynamic was spot on. And I really loved how they grew in the way that they both kind of evolved as characters. And again, like, on top of that, this is just like, it gets deep and it's thought-provoking, but it's also just a really charming, cute, heartfelt film. And I really love that about it. And it just really surprises me that I came out really, really loving this film a lot, because like I said, I went into it not expecting to really get this, like, I really did not expect to get this great of a film. And, you know, one issue that I have heard from people about Taika Waititi's filmmaking style is that it mimics too much of Wes Anderson. And granted, there's, like, maybe, like, a few parts in this film that do come off like Wes Anderson-esque, but this definitely feels like its own thing. Like, this definitely feels like it's, you know, Taika Waititi's doing his own thing here. It's just, like, maybe he takes some inspiration from him, but, like, it's, again, like, this film as a whole doesn't feel like he's copying from Wes Anderson. There's only, like, maybe a few moments that have that kind of charm to it and style to it, and it didn't bother me because it really worked for each moment that it was doing it, and I really enjoyed it. And honestly, guys, the fact that this film has, like, I think as of now, it has a 58 on the Metascore meter, that's a fucking cinema travesty. I mean, that's blasphemy. That makes absolutely no sense. And I guarantee you the only reason why it's like that is because of people's preconceived notions going into this film, really wanting to hate it because of the content. And, like, when you're watching it, like, the content just seems like, it just, like, you can't believe that this film was able to stir up controversy, because it's just like, there's nothing, like, controversial about it, like, at all, like, when you're watching it. And, the messages in this film are great, and I don't know, it's just upsetting that, like, people are prejudging this film so much. Even after watching it, they're not even giving it credit because they just really want this film to fail, and that's just upsetting because it deserves all the praise in the world. It's a really astonishing film, and I really love it. Like I said, like, not everything in this film lands and hits, like, I guess the way it wants it to. Especially, like, in the first act, there's some things that didn't work in terms of the comedy. But, like I said, the vast majority of it worked. And there's also a part in the third act, the conclusion behind Hitler's character, and the way that was resolved, it seemed like a little too quick and a little too cartoony, and it didn't really work all the way for me, even though I totally get why the film went that route. But again, guys, like, overall, this is an absolutely astonishing film, and I really loved it. This is one of those films that, like, I feel like I can just pop in at any time and really enjoy it. And guys, like I said, like, this film is emotional. Like, this film got me in ways that I really didn't expect. And again, like, what I was trying to point to earlier is that Waititi just does a great job at setting up character details through the camera shots, and the way that it foreshadows something later on, it really packs a more emotionally powerful punch when it happens, just because of the way that he is able to incorporate those shots. And yeah, like, I was really impressed by this film, guys. I thought it was amazing. There's a lot to really love about this film, and yeah, it's just such a nice, heartwarming, charming, and again, like, tragic film on top of that. This is like the whole package. This is a film that really delivers on the whole package. And I highly advise everybody to see this film. Like, casuals, film lovers, this is a film that everybody can watch and really enjoy, as long as you're not offended by the content, which makes no sense, because if you can watch, like, Schindler's List or something and not get offended, then this makes no sense for you to watch this movie and get offended, because it's kind of nonsensical. Yeah, this is a brilliant film, guys. I really loved it. And you know, at first I was thinking of giving this film somewhere in the 8 range, but just the more that I've sat on it and the more that I've talked about it, I don't know, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and give this film a 9 out of 10. The solid 9 out of 10 for me. This was really, really great. And like I said, it's just, you know, it's upsetting that people are going into this wanting to hate it, and that's just not the case. Like, this film deserves all the praise in the world, in my opinion, and I highly advise everybody who's watching this video to watch it. If it's near you somewhere, or even if it's like a 45-minute drive or even an hour, I'd say go watch it and support this film, because it needs your support. It's a really smart, clever, and you know, one thing about the comedy, you know, just the fact that it's witty and clever, because, you know, you can have clever comedy that doesn't come off the most natural, but a lot of it in here comes off really natural. And that's another thing that I really loved about it. Like, since this is mostly a comedy, the comedy didn't come off like a sketch comedy most of the time. There are maybe some parts where you can say, okay, that seems like a bit, you know, sketchy, for lack of a better word. But for the most part, I wasn't taken out of this movie really at all. It's just a really smooth film, and I was really impressed by it, guys. So yeah, I mean, and again, huge praise to the lead actor in this film, the young child actor, Roman Davis Griffin. He was incredible, and I was really impressed by his talent in this. And yeah, everybody in this film was fantastic. So yeah, if this is playing near you, go see it. I thought it was a fantastic piece of filmmaking. I didn't expect it to like this much at all. Like, going into it, I thought this was gonna get like maybe in the 7 range, but this is gonna get a 9 for me. At first I was thinking like maybe like an 8.5, but at this point it's gonna be a 9 out of 10, because there's really not much that I find wrong with it. I thought the ending also was really charming and really cute, and also just like thought-provoking as well. And yeah, and also this film is PG-13, which is pretty awesome, because this film doesn't really feel like it holds back much, but it still tells the story that it wants to tell. And it's cool because, you know, you could watch this with, I mean, not kids, not like little kids, but, you know, maybe anybody from the range of like 12, you know, 12 and up. Yeah, they could easily watch this film and definitely get a lot out of it. So yeah, love this film, guys. I thought it was great. So I guess that's all I gotta say about Jojo Rabbit. If you guys really enjoyed this video and liked what I had to say about it, please give this a thumbs up and share it amongst your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be updated on more film-related content.